Oh, hello, my tiger queen.
Oh, hello, my tiger king. Welcome, everybody, to etlive at home. I'm Lauren Zima.
I'm Denny Directo. We're here to give you your pop culture fix in these self-quarantine times. And what perfect timing, because there is one thing that hit Netflix that everybody is talking about right now, hence our leopard print, and that's the Tiger King.
Take a look.
It's not every day that a zookeeper went to prison for murder for hire.
There are more captive tigers in the U.S. than there are in the wild throughout the world.
Animal people are nuts, man. They're all crazy.
Okay. Now, first of all, I love that we both had an animal print option at home.
We have access to our entire wardrobe. I could change every hour.
Okay. Here's my thought, and I'm only 2 episodes into Tiger King.
Yeah.
It's so well made. I'm so hooked. And it is exactly what we needed right now, because it's the first time my mind has been taken completely off of the coronavirus pandemic. Yeah. And all it took was, let me see if I get this right, a nearly paralyzed, sensational, gay, roadside exotic animal owner of over 100 big cats in a polygamous relationship, and his rivals include an alleged husband killer and a possible cult leader. Like, what is happening?
And that's the thing that hooks you, because I'm only 1 episode in, but I was talking about how, usually on these true crime docuseries, there's a lot of setup to get to the good stuff, but the setup here, you're introduced to these cast of characters that's the first reason I should say to watch it, is because they're so out there. You have Joe Exotic, this gay, polygamous, big cat owner, and then his rival Carol Baskin, and she's over here with her flower crown at Cat Coachella. Like, I was just like, who are these people? And but as we learn, like, they are rivals legally, and it just takes like a darker and darker turn the more.
And Denny, you have I'm only on episode 2 and already so much has changed. This series delivers on the promise of you don't know what's happening next. You don't know who to root for here, which is weird because in the first episode, it's revealed that Joe Exotic is in jail. So it kind of blows your mind how even in episode 2, I'm like, wait, who's the real villain? What is a real villain? And long story short, this insanity is the level that we needed to distract us from the real world wildness that is happening.
It's so true. It's making us feel better about our own lives in a lot of ways. You know what I mean? And it's no surprise that people like Kim Kardashian, Zach Braff, I think I saw Janae Aiko, everyone's tweeting about it. Everyone's cooped up at home. Like, this is the kind of entertainment that we needed. And I will say, we also spoke to the director, and he told us if people think this is scripted, like, think again, guess again, because sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction, and that's the case here. I mean, even the backstory about this is started as like it was a New York Magazine investigative feature turned into a podcast, and these people just these documentarians followed these big cat breeders for like 6 years, and everything kind of unfolded in real time in front of them.
And the timing, I had tweeted, and I think this was already set to come out, but I tweeted at Netflix, yo, if you got anything in the can, you can drop it now. Like, it doesn't have to be that great. Our standards are pretty low. I wish actually that Love is Blind had started a little bit later so that we just all could have experienced it together. But thankfully we have Tiger King. And Denny, I mean, you think that you have a handle on it. You think, okay, allegations of murder, people who are into big cats and middle vocal, this is weird. And then you're like, oh, I'm so sorry. Did you say he was in a polygamous marriage? Oh, I'm so sorry. Did you say he was an alleged cult leader? Like, It just gets wilder. So it gets as wild as the cats that it's about.
We love it. We stand for it, and I'm here for it. I'm definitely going to keep watching. I'm surprised I didn't finish it in one night.
Well, I love that it's giving us all something to watch together, because everything that we're experiencing right now is a separation that's making us want togetherness. And, people helping people even in the corona times. Chrissy Teigen is, of course, doing her usual amount of cooking and baking, but things are sparse at the grocery stores, and she just needs some romaine lettuce, right?
Things are flying off the shelf, and she's so desperate for this romaine lettuce. Who knows if she's making a Caesar salad? I don't know. But she's willing to literally exchange banana bread in exchange for this lettuce that she so desperately needs. And it's so funny to me because I'm no Chrissy Teigen, but I'll tell you what, this quarantine has made me realize that, like, I can cook. I've been cooking a lot. But supplies are scarce. What have you been running out of? I don't know if you're cooking. Are you cooking?
Oh no, I was gonna say I'm on salad duty every night because it's like actually not cooking. It's just sort of putting things together. I can make a great charcuterie and I can make a salad. So again, just sort of about putting things together in a bowl or on a plate, but no like heat involved. I can't do that.
Okay, so then you understand Chrissy's pain. Like you also are in need of romaine lettuce.
I was greens have been flying off the shelves, and what's hard about that is we all need to keep our immune systems up and keep our nutrients solid right now. So again, I would ask everybody, buy what you need. The grocery stores are trying to restock as much as they can. But yeah, I've been making a Caesar. I did a little wedge salad. What is funny to me about this too is, remember, this was a while ago, but remember when Chrissy Teigen needed bananas for banana bread? She was driving around LA for the really ripe bananas. And now it's full circle. Now she's going to make someone banana bread for romaine lettuce, and the chain will continue. What I love is that she was setting the example of, still social distancing because LA is in shelter in place. And she said, who has romaine lettuce? I'll trade you for the banana bread, but no funny stuff. We will keep our distance when we trade. So
no funny business. Well, listen, while Chrissy is running low on lettuce, we have plenty of beef today. Okay, let's talk about it. What year is it, Lauren? Because Kim Kardashian reignited her beef with Taylor Swift.
You and I were saying, I mean, the question during all of this has been, what day is it? Like, it's hard to keep track. And then you said, now that this Kim Kanye video recording feud has been reignited, it's like, what year is it? This started in 2016.
You thought it already felt like Groundhog's Day because of this quarantine. I mean, now the news cycle is starting to repeat. And because again, 4 years ago was when Kim first released those Snapchat videos alleging that Taylor fully knew that she was going to be in Kanye's song Famous. And of course, that ignited 4 years of fan feuds and their whole drama. We got the Reputation era from Taylor. Well, it's back again. And my question for you, Lauren, is now a good time for them to be going at it again on social media? Yeah.
Well, it's hard, right? Because what happened is now this alleged full video has been somehow leaked. Nobody knows how it came to light again, but it's the full video. And so Taylor did comment on it and said, but there are more important things happening in the world right now, so let's focus on that. Kim then starts tweeting about it, a lot of tweets, and she's also saying, look, this almost seems silly.
She goes in, too. She goes in.
I know, and I can't imagine what it's like to have this type of feud, to feel that you've experienced a level of injustice for 4 years. I mean, this feud has been on a presidential campaign, a presidential term, 4 years. This feud has been presiding over us. Exactly. And I didn't need it to be reignited again. I wish there was a way to completely avoid it. But on the other hand, for both Kim and Taylor, I don't know how, when you've probably got millions of tweets coming at you, I don't know how you say nothing. You really have to go high and rise above. But I will say I didn't need this right now.
I will say there's the other part of me, the sick, twisted part, where I'm here and I am in desperate need of some entertainment. And so I'd be lying if I didn't say I put pause on the Netflix and started reading all the tweets, because I was like, okay, she really was going off. And then you throw in Todrick Hall, who defended Taylor on Instagram stories, and
I couldn't even read what Todrick was saying. Could you decipher it? I was like, there's so much text on this screen, on my phone screen.
I pinched and zoomed. I was like, what he got to say? I mean, he really was just kind of calling out Kim for being a hypocrite, and also explaining, I think the biggest gripe that he has and that a lot of fans have is Kim on one of her tweets claimed, she's like, I didn't edit the footage. I only posted some of them on Snapchat. Arguably, Kim, that's editing the original footage, right? Because you're only showing some of it.
I mean, this feud is subjective for sure, and that's what I think has helped it go on for so long, and what was hidden and what hasn't been hidden, and who's said what and who's kept quiet. I just will say, at the end of the day, I crave togetherness right now, not feuding, and so I hope we can, I don't know, maybe there's a little part of me that wants it to be like a Taylor and Katie moment. Like, can we extend an olive branch?
I'm gonna predict that's never gonna happen. I don't think that's gonna happen here. I really don't. Taylor's like, I already squashed one beef. This one is just gonna be seared forever until it's well done. And it's getting there. It's medium well right now. But the last thing I will say is, like, I don't feel like Kim needed to go off like that on Twitter last night, but I will thank Kanye because out of this drama, we got Reputation, which I think is one of Taylor's best albums. And a tour was so lit. So
yeah, well, and it's Kim is defending, her man. That's like, I think that's the thing too about this feud is it's so personal. It's so intense. Like for Kim, that's the father of her children. And yeah, I mean, long story short, not what I expected to see in terms of Twitter tea right now. I thought it was mostly, going to be, I don't know, Tiger King fodder and people coming after our politicians.
Exactly. Or Lady Gaga postponing Chromatica.
Can we speak on that for a minute? So Lady Gaga, she postpones her album release, and she released this statement to fans. And at first I was kind of like, but why? Because this is a time when we're all craving content. I know some artists have even seemingly pushed up releases or continuing with what they have. But once I read through Gaga's statement, I did see that what she was basically saying is, like, it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right to her. She doesn't feel as though her and her fans could enjoy it in the way that she wants to, with the dance parties and the performances and the feel of it all. So I understand that, look, as an artist, that's your personal work. And if you don't feel good about it, then don't do it.
But it's also her personal convictions. And Gaga said in that statement to her fans that she also wanted to shift the focus to just like rebuilding communities who've been affected by coronavirus and making sure that like everyone's getting the help that they need. So Mother knows best, okay? Mother Monster has spoken. We will follow her lead, but let's not bury the lead from that statement. Apparently she had a secret Coachella set. The bad news keeps piling up for it.
I mean,
I missed it. I'm not going to see it.
So everybody knows Denny hath not missed a Coachella for many a year.
Literally.
And you would have been right there front and center. I know you would have.
With bells and whistles. I love that she said, I promise you that when we can go out again, I'm going to make it so much fun. And I believe her. So it'll be worth it.
We're going to sweat together when we all can.
Exactly. Quickly, obviously, for a lot of people, including both of us, actually, we are self-quarantined with our bays. And we have been seeing a lot of relationships being affected by the quarantine, including Oprah.
Oh, Oprah. I mean, she has been with Stedman for decades. And she talks about Stedman, but they're not a super public couple, never have been. Like, it's not like they do interviews together and all that. But did she really say she has banished Stedman to the guest house?
I mean, one house of many rooms, I'm assuming, so I think they'll be okay. But here's what she did have to say about how the quarantine has affected her relationship with Stedman.
On Saturday, he'd been on planes, he'd been on all this, and I was like, so Stedman's like, what's the procedure for coming home? The procedure is...
The procedure is you going in the guest house.
Procedure is you ain't coming and sleeping in my bed.
I mean, the procedure is you're going to the guest house. You're coming and sleeping in my bed, she says. You know what? She's the queen. Whatever she wants.
Chris Harrison and I have been playing what I call Downton Abbey, upstairs, downstairs. Like, I'm be upstairs for a minute, you be downstairs for a minute, and let's just, take our time. Because I think what is a little strange for a lot of people probably in Hollywood too is that you're used to being off filming on a movie set, filming a TV show here. Like Chris would have been gone for a couple of weeks, if not longer, for Bachelorette production, and Bachelorette is on hold. So we're used to being really apart and then really together. And even when we're together, I still had, work, the office to go into every day. And now we're together.
I mean, wait, do you mind me asking? Remind me, how long have you guys been together?
We've been together for end of July, August would be 2 years. Will be 2 years.
See, you're going for 2 years. I'm only 8 months into my relationship, and we are living together for the first time. He has his own place, but he's here. In fact, he's right next to me. So I love it. It's going so well. I just, I'm so grateful. No, Julie, I do feel like it's brought us closer together. And we're having fun. So far, so good. I, unfortunately, don't have a second story. So it's just this story. So we did actually have to have the talk of like, okay, if one of us needs me time, just say so and the other person won't get offended. So thankfully, we haven't had to do that yet.
I love that you guys had that conversation about, look, if one of us has to go have some me time, let's just say that and let's not be offended, because this isn't even just you moved in together. It's you moved in together and you can't leave the house. So
or invite anyone over. Yeah.
Yeah. You can't go grab a drink with your friends. You can't go to a yoga class. So it's a huge jump, even if it had been a normal time in our world. And it's not. I think it's all about communication, and we're probably all learning to communicate better than we ever have.
So
And yeah, you got to give yourselves a little extra grace. Like that's what Chris and I have been saying is we just both want to be a little extra patient with each other. Know that even underneath our tough exterior, we're all feeling the tension of what's going on. So you got to, very literally love the ones you're with.
It's so true. And on that note, we actually spoke with Love is Blind fan favorites, Lauren and Cameron, and they're used to being quarantined, right? Separately and together. And here's what they told us about their tips to surviving the quarantine when you're in a relationship.
The thing about being together all the time is I feel like everybody needs a break every now and then. So I feel like it's okay to communicate with your partner like, hey, I'm going to take this X amount of time and just have some me time. Go into a different room, close the door, I gave myself like a little mini spa night last night. I went in the bathroom, closed the door, gave myself a facial. Cam gave me my space. It was great because even though it's like we're stuck together, I feel like that me time and individual time is still super important.
Yeah.
Oh, you go ahead.
I was going to say, like you just said, Lauren says, Cam knows when to give her space. And I think that's really key too. It's like, obviously you guys are a unit and you're doing so many things together that like alone time is kind of important. If it's important to you and it's something that you need, and it's important for the other partner to kind of recognize that.
Well, and I think we're also going to have some like not giving space moments. I think we're going to get a lot of corn babies.
I said this. There's going to be a baby boom. I'm calling it right now. Okay.
Oh, wait. Jackson Brittany talked to us about this. Vanderpump Rules. Hold on, let's play that clip.
In 9 months, a bunch of babies will be born.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, we think that too, hopefully.
For yourselves?
Yeah, for myself, I would love it. Jackson's all scared. He's like,
I'm worried.
He's like, it's quarantine right now. And I'm like, yeah, but they have a handle. I just feel like we're going to be okay. Everybody's going to get through this together. Hopefully we can contain everything quickly if people stay home and wash their hands.
Yeah, wash their hands.
And then we'll be just fine to have a baby.
Making time to make you don't even have to make time. The time has been given to you. Now make a baby.
Now's the time to practice too.
All right. I love it. Should we end on a note of love and positivity? I like that.
Please. Right, exactly. And for those of you who, are actually alone during the quarantine, now's a good time to self-love is a thing too, okay? And I'm not just saying that as someone who's in a relationship. Like, now's the time to do that thing you've always wanted to do, learn that new language, do a new hobby.
And we do not want you guys to feel alone, because I know that even if you're quarantined with somebody, like, this is a strange mental and emotional time. So that's why etlive is coming to you at home every day with Denny and I. Exactly. We want to make sure that you're part of our conversations, and we appreciate you all so much. Thanks everybody for staying home, and stay safe.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.